Hello, English learners. How are you? I hope you are doing well. I'm Amina, an AI-generated voice, and let's practice English together. Welcome to my channel, Progressive English Learning. It's wonderful to have you here today because we are going to talk about something very important and meaningful in our lives: family and relationships. Family is the first place where we learn about love and connection, and relationships help us grow as people. Together, we will explore many aspects of family life and how we communicate, understand, and support one another. Today's video is divided into 5 parts, and we will start with parent-child relationships. This topic is close to everyone's heart because it involves the love and challenges between parents and their children. We will talk about how parents and children express love, deal with misunderstandings that come from the generation gap, and find ways to communicate better. I want you to listen carefully, practice with me, and imagine your own family situations as we go along. I promise it will be helpful and interesting. Let's begin by thinking about a typical morning at home. A mother is preparing breakfast while her teenage son is getting ready for school. The mother calls out, "Good morning. Did you sleep well?" The son mumbles, "Yeah, I'm fine." This small exchange shows how parents try to show care, and children sometimes keep their feelings to themselves. Parents love their children deeply and want the best for them, but children may feel pressure or want space to grow on their own. It can be difficult to understand each other's thoughts without talking openly. For example, a father may ask his daughter about her day, but she responds with short answers, not because she doesn't want to talk, but because she feels he might not understand her world. The generation gap often creates this silent space between them, where parents use their experience to guide, but children have different ideas or feelings that they find hard to explain. Now, imagine a scene where a father comes home from work, feeling tired but tries to smile and asks his son about school. The son is excited and tells him about a project he is proud of. The father listens carefully and says, "That's great. I'm proud of you." Moments like these build trust and warmth. Parents may have different ways of showing love. Some give hugs and praise. Others show care by helping with homework or giving advice. Children learn to recognize these signs and appreciate them, even if they don't always say it. Sometimes parents worry if their children are sharing enough or being honest about their feelings. This concern comes from love, but can feel like pressure to the child, who may want independence. So, it helps when both sides try to ask questions kindly and listen without judging, making the home a safe and loving place to share thoughts and dreams. Next, let's think about a conflict situation at home. A teenager wants to stay out late with friends, but the mother feels worried and says no. The teenager feels frustrated and says, "You don't understand me." The mother replies, "I just want you to be safe." This kind of disagreement is normal in families because parents want to protect, but children want freedom. The key is to find a good balance by talking calmly and explaining feelings. The teenager can say why they want to stay out, like feeling happy with friends, and the mother can share her fears. Maybe they can agree on a time that works for both. This way, love and respect grow even during problems. Sometimes parents and children have very different interests and ways to spend time. A father loves teaching his daughter how to cook, but she prefers playing video games. Instead of making each other upset, they can find moments that they enjoy together, like watching a movie or going for a walk. Small efforts make bonds stronger because family is about understanding, not forcing others to be the same. Also, children often look to their parents for advice about school, friends, or dreams. A mother listening carefully and giving kind advice helps children feel supported and believed in. This support builds confidence and a closer connection. Remember that love in a family isn't just about words, but actions. Helping each other, sharing daily chores, celebrating small successes, and forgiving mistakes. Parents sometimes feel tired or stressed from work and may forget to say, "I love you" or "good job," but children usually understand through care and attention. When children face difficulties, parents want to guide them, but also must respect privacy and feelings, especially as children grow older. Being honest about feelings, like saying, "I feel sad" or "I'm proud of you," teaches children how to express emotions clearly and kindly. Family time is important too. Eating together, talking about the day, and laughing build connections that last. The generation gap creates moments where parents and children feel apart because the world changes fast. Parents grew up differently with different technology and culture, while children live in a digital age with new ways to communicate and learn. Parents may not always understand social media or trends, but they can ask questions and show interest instead of judging. Children can also explain patiently and share their experiences. This mutual effort closes the gap and builds respect. Every family has its own way of showing love and handling conflicts. But the most important thing is to keep trying and caring. When parents and children trust and understand each other, the home becomes a safe place to grow and thrive. To practice, imagine you are talking to your mother or father about how you feel. What would you say if you were worried or happy? How would you listen if your parent shared their feelings? These conversations help us learn real, everyday English with feeling and purpose. Now let's practice a longer dialogue where a daughter explains to her father why she wants to study art instead of science. The father listens carefully and asks questions to understand, showing love even if they disagree at first. This example shows respect and patience between generations. Let's continue to expand on parent-child relationships by exploring more daily life scenarios, feelings, and useful English expressions that help improve communication and understanding between parents and children. Imagine a quiet afternoon at home where a mother and her young son sit together on the couch. The mother gently asks, "What was the best part of your day?" The son thinks for a moment and smiles. "Playing soccer with my friends was fun." The mother responds with encouragement. "That sounds wonderful. I love seeing you enjoy your time." This simple moment shows how asking open questions and sharing positive feelings create trust and joy in family life. Sometimes
children feel shy or scared to share their worries with parents. For example, a teenage daughter may hesitate to talk about trouble at school, afraid her parents might be upset. A caring father might say, "You can tell me anything. I'm here to listen." When children hear this, they feel safe to open up. Parents can learn to listen without interrupting or blaming, which helps children express themselves freely. It is important for parents to show empathy by saying things like, "I understand that you feel hurt," or "It's okay to be upset sometimes." These words help build a bridge over feelings of fear or frustration. As children grow older, they want to make their own choices and become more independent. This natural process may create tension if parents worry too much or try to control decisions. For example, a son wanting to choose a career different from his parents' wishes may feel nervous to share his dreams. A mother, though surprised, can say, "I may not fully understand now, but I want to support you." This respectful approach gives children confidence and shows parents love even when ideas differ. Families grow stronger when they celebrate individual choices while staying connected through kindness. Daily routines can also be opportunities to strengthen love and communication. A father helping his daughter with homework might say, "Let's try this math problem together." The daughter might say, "I don't get it." The father calmly explains again and praises effort. "You're doing great. Keep trying." These small acts of teamwork teach children that love includes patience and support in learning. When parents show interest in children's studies, hobbies, or sports, children feel valued and understood. This part about parent-child relationships is just the first step in understanding family and relationships. Next, we will explore the bonds between brothers and sisters and how they support each other, sometimes argue, but always love deeply. Thank you for listening carefully and practicing with me. Keep thinking about your family and how you can use English to express what you feel. I'm excited to continue our journey together. Stay with me for part 2 soon. Keep listening with care and speak with kindness. Every small conversation builds a stronger, warmer family bond. In part 2, we will shift focus to siblings and family bonds, exploring how brothers and sisters support one another, cope with misunderstandings, share responsibilities, and nurture harmony through everyday acts of cooperation and empathy. Learners will practice practical phrases for resolving conflicts, offering help, and celebrating each other's strengths. The sister, having spent an afternoon helping her younger brother with a tricky school project, glances up from the desk and says, "You did a great job helping me organize my notes. I felt more confident after your tips." The brother smiles and replies, "Thanks. I learned from teaching you. It helped me remember the steps better too." They both realize that cooperation makes tasks easier and strengthens their teamwork as a pair, even when they have different opinions about how to spend their time. In many families, siblings share chores, split responsibilities, and learn to coordinate schedules, so daily life runs more smoothly. The older sister might set a routine for the younger one to follow, while the younger one adds creativity to the chores by suggesting fun ways to complete them, like turning a cleaning session into a game or a challenge.
This balance helps maintain harmony and teaches practical English phrases for collaboration, such as, let's work together. I can take this part, and we'll finish it together. Now, imagine a common sibling dispute, a dispute over who gets to use the television after school. The older brother might say, let's make a plan so we both get time to watch our shows. The younger sister responds, okay, but I need more time on weekdays because I have online classes. Then they negotiate a schedule that considers both needs, perhaps with a rotating daily slot or a shared playlist that keeps both engaged. They learn to speak about fairness without accusing each other, using phrases like, I feel, I need, and can we try this solution? These exchanges are practical exercises in communication that help reduce tension and show how respect grows when both sides listen and adapt, balanced and thoughtful. Such moments teach learners how to express preferences clearly while maintaining warmth and cooperation, which is essential in any family relationship. Sibling care and support extend beyond conflicts into everyday acts of kindness. The older sibling might help the younger one with math homework, saying, let's go through the problem step by step. You'll see it's not so bad. The younger sibling might share a snack after school, saying, I saved this for you because you helped me today. These gestures reinforce a sense of safety and belonging in the home and give learners convenient language to describe small but meaningful acts of care. When siblings celebrate each other's achievements, such as good grades, sports wins, or creative projects, they practice expressions of pride and cheer like, amazing work, you deserved it, or I'm so proud of you. These moments create positive memories and teach the language of celebration and support. Sometimes siblings have different friendship circles or interests, which can lead to misunderstandings. A brother might feel left out when his sister spends more time with her friends, while she wants to pursue a new hobby with him. A helpful approach is to acknowledge feelings first. I miss hanging out with you. Can we plan something together this weekend? Then propose a compromise. How about we do your favorite activity for 1 hour and then try mine for the next hour? This kind of dialogue models healthy boundary setting and mutual compromise, two key skills in any close relationship. Learners practice language for negotiation, listening, and empathy, which are as important as grammar in real conversations. Respect for each other's privacy and boundaries is another important topic for siblings. A teen may want more privacy in their room or in their online life, while a parent or older sibling should balance curiosity with respect. A typical supportive line could be, I can give you space, but I'm here if you want to talk. The younger sibling can respond with, thanks for understanding. I'll come to you if I need help. These exchanges demonstrate how to maintain trust and safety within a family, even when adults are not physically present, and they translate into daily routines that reinforce responsible communication habits. Family rituals and traditions also shape sibling bonds. Weekend movie nights, birthday celebrations, or shared meals become opportunities for conversation, laughter, and learning together. A family might adopt a simple tradition like, we rotate who picks the dinner menu, which teaches responsibility while allowing each member to contribute ideas. The language used in these rituals is often about planning, cooperation, and appreciation. Thank you for your suggestion. Let's try it this week. Or, I'll take care of the shopping list. Or, what should be cooked tonight? Such phrases help beginners build a practical vocabulary for coordinating household life and maintaining harmony.
Siblings can also become strong allies in building social skills, such as conflict resolution and emotional regulation. When a disagreement arises, a calm approach helps reduce escalation. Let's take a break and come back when we're both calmer, followed by, I want to understand your point of view, and How can we fix this together? These lines model productive dialogue and encourage learners to use phrases that promote de-escalation and mutual respect. The goal is not to win a fight, but to understand one another and find mutually satisfactory solutions. In stories of family life, siblings often support each other during difficult times. A brother might be there to listen when a sister feels anxious about an exam, saying, "I'm here for you. You can tell me anything you're worried about." The sister could respond with, "Thank you for listening. Your support means a lot." These moments illustrate how trust grows through consistent presence and listening, and they provide learners with language to express compassion and solidarity in English.
As we near the end of part 2, imagine a scene where two siblings plan a small project together. Perhaps a garden box or a DIY craft. They discuss roles, set a shared goal, and assign tasks. You handle the planning and measuring. I'll gather the supplies, and we'll work after school. And they cheer when they see progress. "We did it! Look at our garden box taking shape." This success reinforces teamwork and shows how practical English can emerge from collaboration and joint effort. To practice, you can reflect on your own family. Think about a moment when you and a sibling solved a problem together, or a moment when you felt supported by a brother or sister. Try to describe it in simple sentences, focusing on who did what, how it felt, and what you learned. Use phrases like, "We worked together," "I felt supported," or "Let's try this," and "Thank you for helping me," to build a practical toolkit for daily conversations. This part about siblings and family bonds emphasizes that harmony comes from cooperation, empathy, and mutual respect. Every family is unique, but the language of care is universal. By practicing these dialogues, you learn to express appreciation, negotiate differences, and share responsibilities in natural, gentle English. As you continue, you will see how these skills lay a strong foundation for Part 3, where friendship and trust become central themes in personal growth and emotional support. Thank you for listening and practicing with me. Your effort matters, and every conversation moves you closer to fluency and closer to the people you love. We'll proceed with Part 3 on friendship and trust, focusing on how friends provide emotional support, personal growth, and practical, everyday interactions that boost language confidence. Friendships often start with small shared activities, like studying together after class or grabbing a coffee, and these moments become the foundation for trust and understanding. The first step is learning to listen actively, which means giving your friend your full attention, nodding and summarizing what they've said to show you care. A simple line like, "So you felt left out at the party, is that right?" invites them to share more and helps them feel understood. In daily life, friends also celebrate each other's successes, big or small, with genuine cheer, saying things like, "You did amazing on that presentation. I'm really proud of you." Or, "Congrats on the new job. You deserve it." These expressions reinforce confidence and motivation, while keeping the bond warm and positive. Trust in friendship grows when boundaries are respected. It's important to keep confidences and avoid sharing private information without permission. A common, respectful approach is to say, "I won't tell anyone else what you shared. I'm here to support you." If a friend asks for advice, the best response is often a careful blend of honesty and empathy. I'd suggest thinking about your goals and how this choice fits them, but I'll support whatever you decide. This kind of balanced guidance helps friends feel empowered rather than pressured, encouraging personal growth and responsible decision-making. Friends are also a source of new perspectives, which can broaden language use and cultural awareness. Exchanging ideas about hobbies, music, or travel introduces learners to natural idioms, humor, and conversational rhythm. For example, a friend might say, "That idea sounds like a game changer. We should give it a shot." When disagreements arise, conflict can be resolved through calm dialogue and mutual respect. Let's hear each other's views and find a middle ground that works for both of us. These exchanges model constructive disagreement and emphasize that growth often comes from listening to differences and finding common ground. Building trust through shared experiences is another key theme. Friends collaborate on projects like planning a weekend trip, organizing a study group, or starting a small business idea. The planning process teaches negotiation, role assignment, and time management. Expressions like, "Let's divide the tasks," "Who will lead the plan?" and "We'll adjust the schedule if needed," help convey responsibility and teamwork in everyday English. When the plan succeeds, friends celebrate together. "We did it! This was fun and we learned a lot." These moments reinforce language patterns for achievement and collective effort. Supporting friends through tough times is a crucial aspect of trust. Be ready to offer a listening ear, a comforting message, or practical help. You might say, "I'm here for you, no matter what." Or, "If you want, we can talk through it slowly, one step at a time." Sometimes small acts of care make a big difference, such as sending a quick check-in message, sharing a meal, or accompanying a friend to an appointment. Phrases like, "Just checking in to see how you're doing," "Would you like some company today?" and "I've got some time if you need to talk," provide concrete ways to show reliability and compassion. Friendship also supports personal growth by encouraging healthy habits and positive risk-taking. A friend might motivate you to try a new activity, study schedule, or creative project, saying, "Let's try this new approach together. It could work well for both of us." When stepping outside comfort zones, language learners gain practical phrases to express hesitation and encouragement. "I'm a bit nervous, but I'm willing to try." "You can do it. I'm beside you." This fosters confidence and resilience while expanding vocabulary related to goals and actions. In group settings, inclusivity matters. Friends should make space for everyone, invite quieter members, and use inclusive language. "Hey, would you like to join us?" Or, "We're glad you're here. Your idea matters." This approach helps learners practice polite requests, invitations, and inclusive expressions, which are essential in real-world conversations. When plans change, it's important to communicate clearly and considerately. Something came up. Can we reschedule for Saturday? Or, sorry for the late notice, I'll keep you updated. These lines model flexibility and responsibility in social life. Friendship can also be a mirror for language progress. Friends may correct pronunciation gently, suggest clearer ways to express feelings, or share cultural notes that enrich understanding. A helpful moment might be when a friend says, "Try saying it this way. I feel overwhelmed by the workload." Encouraging learners to adopt natural phrasing. Keeping a positive feedback loop, expressing appreciation for each other's growth, helps maintain motivation. I notice you've improved a lot in conversations. Your English sounds much clearer now. Amina smiled warmly as she started the conversation. It's so good to see you all again. I've missed our group chats, and I want to hear what new things you've learned recently. Jamie nodded, his eyes bright with enthusiasm. I've been practicing more English every day, and I feel like my confidence is growing. Last week, I gave a small speech, and even though I was nervous, I did well because of all your support. Sarah added, "That's amazing, Jamie. I tried joining a book club to improve my speaking. It's scary at first, but hearing different opinions helps me think deeper and speak better." Amina encouraged her warmly. That's a great step, Sarah. Trying new things outside our comfort zone helps us grow in many ways. Leo grinned and teased gently. Right, and don't forget how much fun we had during our last study session. Even when we made mistakes, laughing together made it easier to keep going. Sarah laughed. Yes, those moments are gold. It reminds me that learning doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be joyful. Amina nodded. Exactly. Learning with friends brings out the best in us because we encourage and forgive each other, which builds trust. Jamie reflected thoughtfully. Sometimes I felt unsure if I was improving, but when you all pointed out my progress, it made me want to push myself further. Having friends who believe in you is powerful. Sarah agreed. That's true. And I appreciate that we can talk about our challenges openly, like when I struggled with pronunciation or grammar mistakes, and you all helped without judgment. Amina smiled gently. We learn best when we feel safe to try and fail, knowing that support is always there. Leo added a practical suggestion. Maybe we can set some new goals together, like practicing speaking for 5 minutes every day or sharing a short story weekly. That way, we keep encouraging each other regularly. Sarah quickly agreed. I love that idea. Weekly check-ins can keep us motivated and help track progress. Jamie added, also, we can share useful phrases or vocabulary we learn during the week, so everyone benefits. Amina wrapped up this planning moment by saying, these small steps create big changes over time. Speaking regularly, sharing our experiences, and supporting one another are the foundations of friendship and language growth. The friends smiled at each other, feeling energized and connected, knowing that their journey together was not just about learning English, but about building lasting bonds of trust, encouragement, and joy. This dialogue captures how friendship fosters emotional and practical support in language learning, blending storytelling with everyday conversation that is natural, encouraging, and inclusive. It models useful expressions for sharing feelings, planning together, motivating one another, and celebrating small successes, all critical skills for personal growth and strong friendships. This sets the stage for learners to practice speaking with warmth, kindness, and confidence as they move to the next part about love and romantic relationships.
Ready to move into part 4, which centers on love and romantic relationships, focusing on expressing affection, handling conflicts, and building healthy, lasting connections. The scene unfolds in small, everyday moments that feel realistic and approachable for English learners, with a gentle, encouraging tone and clear language to practice thoughtful conversations. Amina looked across the cozy room at the group and began. Today, we explore how people express love in simple, meaningful ways, and how healthy communication keeps relationships strong. Her voice soft and reassuring, warm, confident. Jamie nodded. Love isn't just big gestures. It's the small things that show you care every day, he said, smiling at his friends. Grateful, hopeful. Sarah chimed in, like listening carefully when your partner talks about a tough day, or saying thank you for little things. She added, her eyes bright with understanding. Gentle, affirming. Leo leaned forward. And it's important to share feelings honestly, even when it's difficult, he said. Eyes steady, sincere, open. The group settled into a rhythm that felt safe and supportive, ready to practice practical English for real-life relationships. Calm, engaged. Amina suggested a common scenario. A couple plans a special evening, but one person feels tired after a long week. The narrative unfolded with both voices equal in warmth and care. How about a quiet night in, just listening to a favorite album and talking about our week? One partner asked, offering sensitivity to the other's mood, considerate, thoughtful. The other replied, "That sounds perfect. I want us to connect, even if we don't do anything fancy," which conveyed affection and attention to the moment. Loving, content. They express appreciation with simple phrases. I appreciate you taking care of me, and I'm grateful for your patience. Turning emotion into clear language learners can adopt. Appreciative, sincere. This exchange models how to acknowledge fatigue without guilt and nurture closeness through shared low-pressure moments. Gentle, supportive. Another common situation explores handling disagreements with respect. A couple discusses differing views on future plans, such as where to live or whether to start a family. A calm approach helps prevent escalation. Let's hear each other fully without interrupting, one partner says, respectful, patient. The other responds, I want us to find a path we both feel comfortable with, signaling collaboration rather than competition. Empathetic, hopeful. They practice phrases that keep the conversation productive. I feel. What do you think about this idea? Can we find a compromise? These lines teach learners how to express needs without blaming, fostering a safe space for honest dialogue. Constructive, clear. A key theme is trust and emotional safety. Partners build trust by keeping promises, sharing thoughts, and respecting boundaries. A partner might say, I'll call you after work so you're not left waiting, which communicates reliability, trustworthy, considerate. The other person might reply, Thank you for checking in. That makes me feel secure, reinforcing mutual reassurance. Grateful, reassured. The language used here emphasizes consistency, reassurance, and mutual care, which are crucial for long-term romantic health. Steady, hopeful. Expressions of affection can be both spoken and shown through actions. A partner can say, I love you for who you are, followed by a small, thoughtful gesture like making tea or leaving a supportive note. The learner can observe how action and words work together to reinforce connection. That small gesture meant a lot to me becomes a natural sentence to practice, helping learners convey gratitude and recognition. Tender, delighted. The dialogue models how to maintain warmth even during routines, reminding learners that love thrives on attention and everyday kindness. Gentle, appreciative. Healthy relationship practices also include managing conflicts with timeouts and re-engagement. If a discussion becomes tense, taking a short break and returning with a plan can diffuse tension. Let's take a 10-minute break and revisit this when we're calmer, one partner suggests. The other agrees, adding, we can write down our main points so we don't forget, which introduces a collaborative action step. Learners can practice the language of pauses and repair. I'm sorry for raising my voice, or let's fix this together, which teaches accountability and teamwork in love. Building healthy boundaries within love requires honest talk about needs and limits. A partner may say, I need some personal space after work to decompress, and the other responds with care. I understand. Let me know when you're ready to talk, which communicates respect and adaptation. This exchange demonstrates how to balance closeness with autonomy, a common topic in daily conversations about relationships. Romantic relationships also benefit from shared rituals and traditions that create intimacy. A couple might establish a weekly date night, a monthly weekend getaway, or simple nightly conversations about their day. They practice language for planning and appreciation,
Let's plan our date for Friday. I love our Friday chats. They help us stay connected, which nurtures consistency and affection. Learners pick up practical phrases for inviting, praising, and reminiscing, building a practical lexicon for long-term romance.
Communication skills extend to intimate topics like expressing vulnerability and consent. A partner might say, "I feel nervous about a new step in our relationship, and I want us to go at a pace we're both comfortable with," inviting mutual agreement and care. The other partner responds with empathy. "Thank you for sharing that. I'm here with you, and we'll proceed together," reinforcing safety and mutual trust. These dialogues model how to handle sensitive topics with clarity and compassion, a vital skill for learners. Love languages can also influence how couples express care. Some express love through words, others through acts of service, quality time, physical touch, or gifts. A scene could show a couple experimenting with different modes: a note left on the kitchen counter, a shared walk, a relaxing massage, or a small surprise. Each example provides accessible language to describe gestures and feelings. "Your note made my day." "I loved our walk this evening." "Your hug felt comforting." And "the little surprise was thoughtful." These phrases broaden learners' expressive options and help tailor communication to personal styles. In Part 4, there's also a focus on building healthy patterns that can be maintained long-term. Couples practice problem-solving together, set goals, and celebrate progress. They discuss responsibilities, such as finances, chores, and future planning, in a collaborative tone. Let's share the budget and plan for big purchases. We can review these together every month, which teaches practical planning and cooperation. Language learners gain fluency in negotiating, budgeting, and goal setting within a loving context.
To practice, learners can write short, simple dialogues between fictional partners that cover topics like appreciation, conflict resolution, boundary setting, and shared goals. Each dialogue should remain natural, clear, and supportive, using everyday vocabulary. They can also practice role-playing with a partner, taking turns expressing needs, listening actively, and offering helpful responses. The goal is to develop the ability to communicate affection and solve problems in English with kindness and respect. Ethical and respectful portrayal remains central. The content models consent, respect, and mutual support, avoiding harmful stereotypes or unrealistic scenarios. The language choices emphasize clarity and gentleness, making it accessible for beginners while still authentic for adults. Learners should be guided to reflect on their own experiences and adapt phrases to their cultural context, ensuring relevance and resonance in real life. As Part 4 closes, the group transitions to Part 5, which will explore marriage and family life, focusing on long-term commitment, responsibilities, and life after marriage. The tone stays consistent, slow, clear, and supportive to help learners continue building confidence in expressing complex ideas without losing simplicity. The overall aim is practical fluency that helps people communicate love, resolve conflicts, and build strong, healthy relationships across all stages of life. Let's dive into part 5, which focuses on marriage and family life, emphasizing the themes of long-term commitment, responsibilities, and life after wedding. We will approach this with approachable language, realistic scenarios, and a warm, supportive tone, broken into small conversational chunks, ideal for practice and understanding. The scene opens with a couple sitting on the porch after their wedding. The wife gently takes her husband's hand and says, "This is just the beginning of our journey together. I'm excited about the future, but I know we will face challenges too." The husband nods and replies softly, "Yes, I believe that as long as we work as a team, we can handle anything that comes our way." They smile at each other, knowing that marriage is a partnership built on trust and mutual effort. The wife then says, "We should talk about our responsibilities, sharing chores, managing money, and planning for our goals," which shows her understanding that a successful marriage needs good communication and shared duties. He responds, "Absolutely. Let's make a list of things to do and set some weekly goals. That way, we stay organized and support each other," demonstrating a proactive approach to managing their life together. Discussing finances, the wife mentions, "It's important to save for emergencies and plan our expenses so we don't worry unnecessarily," giving a simple but essential piece of advice for a thriving family. The husband agrees, "Right, and we can also set aside time for fun so we don't forget to enjoy ourselves amid responsibilities," emphasizing balance and happiness in family life. As they talk about parenting, the wife says, "When we have children, we must teach them how to be kind, responsible, and honest. It's our role to guide them," displaying her caring attitude, responsible, nurturing. The husband replies confidently, "Yes, and I think it's important to spend quality time with them, listening to their stories and playing with them, reinforcing the value of family bonds." Affectionate, thoughtful. They discuss education, health, and discipline with understanding, using phrases like, "We should set rules, but also explain why they're important," and "It's okay to be firm sometimes, but we must always show love," emphasizing respectful parenting, balanced, compassionate. The conversation shifts toward managing conflicts and disagreements. The wife admits, "Sometimes we might argue about how to raise the kids or handle household chores, but it's important we communicate calmly and listen to each other," showing awareness of conflicts as normal and manageable, calm, mature. The husband replies confidently, "Exactly. Let's never forget to say sorry when we make mistakes, and always find ways to forgive each other," emphasizing forgiveness and humility in partnership. Humble, empathetic. They agreed that patience, kindness, and understanding are the pillars of a strong marriage, especially after years together. Steady, loving. Next, they discuss dreams and future plans. The wife says, I dream of owning a house and having a garden where our children can play, with a hopeful smile, dreaming, optimistic. The husband adds, and I want us to travel someday and experience new cultures, showing his adventurous spirit. Enthusiastic, inspired. They talk about job choices, career growth, and balancing work and family life. The couple agrees. Let's support each other's ambitions and always remember that family comes first, a phrase that captures their shared values. Supportive, united. They also reflect on aging together. The wife says softly, sometimes I worry about the future, but I know if we stay healthy and care for each other, we can grow old happily. The husband replies, yes, and we'll keep learning, laughing, and loving no matter what age we are, which creates a hopeful vision of their lifelong partnership. They decide to keep celebrating small moments, birthdays, anniversaries, and everyday acts of kindness to keep love alive and strong. Practicing expressions for long-term commitment is important, so learners can try dialogues like, I promise to stand by you no matter what. Or, let's work together to build our happy life, which embody dedication and teamwork. Practicing conversations about responsibilities can help with practical skills for managing a household, like, it's my turn to cook tonight, or we need to budget for the upcoming holiday. Sharing feelings is also very important to connect emotionally. Like, sometimes I feel tired from work, but talking with you makes me feel better, and I love you more every day. As family life continues, they discuss the importance of patience and understanding during tough times, such as health issues or financial stress. They practice comforting words like, we're in this together. It's okay to ask for help. And we'll get through it by supporting each other. The couple also expresses gratitude regularly, like, thank you for your hard work and kindness, and I appreciate everything you do, which fosters a positive environment filled with appreciation and love. They talk about maintaining their relationship through routine activities, sharing meals, laughing over jokes, and doing household chores together. The phrase, doing things together makes us stronger, captures the essence of unity and genuineness. They also plan date nights or small surprises to keep the romance alive, like cooking a new recipe or writing love notes, emphasizing small acts of love that stay meaningful over years. Finally, the scene closes with the couple sitting peacefully, holding hands and looking at the sunset. The wife whispers, our marriage is a journey we'll keep learning from. And the husband replies, and I'm grateful every day that I get to share it with you. Slipping into a shared moment of gratitude and love, symbolizing the deep connection
that lifelong commitment nurtures. In conclusion, this part has shown how language of love, responsibility, and support creates a strong foundation for lifelong partnership. Whether planning futures, managing responsibilities, or expressing affection, these phrases help learners communicate effectively and build deep, meaningful relationships. Practice these sentences, personalize them, and imagine your own future family life. Each small step in expression helps nurture love, trust, and commitment in real life. Thank you for being part of this journey, and keep practicing kindness, patience, and love in your words and actions every day.
Overview of all parts. Part 1. Parent-child relationships. Explores love, communication, and generation gaps between parents and children. Focuses on daily interactions, expressing care, listening with empathy, managing misunderstandings, and fostering a safe space for open dialogue. Emphasizes practical English for family conversations and emotional nuance. Warm, hopeful. Part 2. Siblings and family bonds. Delves into relationships between brothers and sisters, cooperation in daily life, conflict resolution, sharing responsibilities, and mutual support. Teaches phrases for collaboration, negotiation, and inclusive family dynamics, with scenes that highlight empathy and togetherness. Supportive, collaborative. Part 3. Friendship and trust. Centers on the role of friends in emotional support and personal growth. Covers active listening, trust building, setting boundaries, celebrating achievements, and offering help. Provides practical language for encouragement, reflection, and constructive dialogue. Warm, encouraging. Part 4. Love and romantic relationships. Focuses on expressing affection, handling conflicts, consent, vulnerability, and building healthy patterns in romantic partnerships. Includes scenarios of planning together, managing expectations, and maintaining emotional safety. Part 5. Marriage and family life. Examines long-term commitment, shared responsibilities, finances, parenting, and life after marriage. Presents dialogues about planning, boundaries, staying connected, and envisioning future goals. Emphasizes communication, teamwork, and sustaining romance over time. Thank you all for joining this journey and for every single moment you've shared with these lessons. Your dedication to practicing English with genuine heart is what makes this channel special, and your progress inspires everyone around you to keep learning and growing together. You've shown up with curiosity, patience, and kindness, and that spirit already speaks volumes in every conversation you have in real life. You should feel proud of how far you've come and excited about how far you can go, because each day brings a new chance to express yourself more clearly and confidently. Keep practicing with patience and belief in your own voice. Every small step builds toward fluency and deeper connections. If you enjoyed these conversations and want more practical English practice that fits your daily life, subscribe to Progressive English Learning now to stay motivated and consistent on your language journey. Join a community that learns together, shares insights, and celebrates progress with you. And don't forget to like, share, and comment to help others discover these approachable lessons.